Let's make this beautiful crystal spider Suncatcher today. Hey there, welcome. I'm Amrita from Artria Jewelry, and I'm excited to make this spider Suncatcher to celebrate Halloween this season. Materials you will need: brass wire, or you could use copper wire. I'm using 20 gauge wire. You're going to need some crystals of your choice. I have these that I'm upcycling from another necklace. I also have a combination of black beads. I'm using some seed beads. These are 11O seed beads and some plastic bicone crystals. The black beads we're using today were upcycled from this necklace. And then I'm using some 4mm orange beads. You could use other crystals. I wanted to keep that orange and black theme going for Halloween. And then for the body, I'm using a black crystal. This is a Suncatcher crystal, and I'll have that linked in the description below. Everything will be linked in the description below. And then for the head, I have another crystal. And then I have a flat faceted crystal, again to catch the sun. We need 3 jump rings, 1 to attach to the crystal drop, and then 1 each for 2 lengths of chain. So the chain are 6 inches and 4 inches in length, and this is to have the dangles for the Suncatcher. I'm just going to lay this out here so you see again what I'm talking about. We're going to have a large Suncatcher crystal, a smaller crystal for the head, and then another faceted crystal down here to catch the sun. And then for the 8 legs, we're going to use a combination of beads. You could do all black or all orange. I like this combination here. Keep it a little interesting. For tools, the 6-step looping plier, needle nose pliers, flush cutters, and 2 pairs of bent nose pliers. You will also need a ruler to measure the length of wire. To start, for the legs, I'm going to cut 4 lengths of 8 inches each of this 20 gauge wire. And then for the body, I'm going to cut 4 inches of the same wire. We're going to make the body first. I'm going to slide this crystal, which is the body of the spider, onto the wire. And then I'm going to pinch that wire close in the middle. And be gentle here so that you don't snap off the top of the crystal. I'm going to hold that and just press this together. And just enough so that we can slide this next crystal on with both the wires. So that's going to be the body of the spider. And then I'm going to move these wires apart 90 degrees and use the second step of my looping plier to make a wrapped loop with one of those. And this is what's going to attach to the crystal dangle. I'm going to go around and wrap that so I can close it out. with my bent nose pliers. Again, because you're working with glass beads and crystals, just be gentle with your tools. You don't want to crack the glass. And then I'm going to hold that loop and wrap the second wire around as well. Now we're going to take the 4 legs to make them 8. So I'm going to bend each one in half and find that midpoint. Maybe squeeze that together a little bit and then slide that over in between the 2 beads. And then I'm going to pull those across. So then I'm going to do that with the other 3 as well. Bend it in half. And I like to keep all of that on the same side, because once we start putting the beads on, it'll cover up some of that wrap. I'm bending that in half, and then under the spider, going across. And then I just like to press that down a little bit, again gently, and adjust that once we start adding the beads. Now for the fun part, we're going to stack the beads for the legs. So the pattern I followed here, and of course you can do your own pattern depending on the beads you've chosen, but I did 5 seed beads and an orange bead, 5 seed beads and a white bead, 5 seed beads and a black bead, and that's the pattern I followed. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to do 1 leg at a time. I'm going to put on some music here and enjoy that, and if you're crafting with me, you both will have some spiders finished at the end of this. So see you on the other side of the music. Now for the last one, I'm going to add a black crystal, and then I'm going to use my round nose pliers in the smallest step to make a loop in the end. I'm going to center that loop. There. And then we're going to do that with the other side as well. We're going to do the same thing for all other 7 legs. If you find that the wire is a little long, like here I think it is, you pull it off to the side, you make your loop, and then you can cut off the excess. So there we have the main spider ready, and I'm just going to adjust the legs a little bit here, and you can shape them however you want. I tend to do 2 facing forward and then 2 facing back. And then we're going to make sure that the back 2 have the loops facing toward the front, and so that they can overlap, because that's where we're going to attach the chain with the jump ring. I'm going to attach the 6-inch chain to the back of the spider, both the legs onto that jump ring with the chain, and close that out. That's going to be how the spider hangs. And now for the front, I'm going to make sure that our loop faces forward. And then I'm going to use this other jump ring on the chain to connect the chain to the spider. Jump ring's a little tough, so I'm going to use another pair of pliers and hook that on. And then to the bottom of that chain, we're going to connect this Suncatcher octagon. And attach that to this jump ring. And there we go. Spider Suncatchers are done. How cute are these? Well, I don't know if cute is the right word, but how spooky are these? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, and if you enjoy doing these, you can make these and sell them. Happy Suncatcher making!